Yeah, I don't blame you for driving too slow.
Well, you know what? It was kind of cool because usually I feel this anxiety in my body when I'm driving slow and there's a car or two in back of me, especially if I don't see a good spot to pull over and let them go. I just have to keep going slow, and I feel more and more anxious. Like, what are they thinking? What are they saying about me in their car?
Yes.
And
it depends how close they are to you.
Right. So one little SUV was right at my butt, and as soon as we got to like a clear spot, it just passed me. And I was like, good, fine, leave.
Do it. Yeah.
And then there was this other truck that had pulled out of a back road in back of me. And I thought to myself, oh, God, it's a truck. He's a guy who's going to be so mad that here I am poking along on the icy road. And he's just going to, but he gave me my space. So immediately I felt grateful for this truck giving me my space. I kept looking in my rearview mirror thinking, oh, he's so irritated. He's got to be so mad. I'm going 40 and the speed limit's 50. Yeah. And I just felt bad, but he wasn't close enough to me that I felt I needed to desperately pull over. So I just let it ride, actually, because he was giving me my space. And when we got down here to the intersection, I, stopped, ready to go straight, and he pulled in next to me, ready to go to the right.
Did he smile?
And he gave me a little smile, like, I understand. And he had a dog on his lap, a huge dog, so it wasn't like one of those little fluffy dogs. It was like a real dog.
I see.
And he smiled at me, and I felt so happy because I didn't make him angry.
No, and you helped him stay safe with his dog.
And I think maybe he liked driving
excellent.
Slow because his dog was driving kind of.
You can make love on the roadways. Inadvertently, not even trying. You can do
safe.
it. Well, you know what I mean. Like spiritually. Spiritual lovemaking. Let's celebrate that today.
Okay. Should I introduce the show right off the bat so we can just pretend like we're professional?
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone out there in Radio Land. You have tuned in to 11th Hour Radio, broadcasting live from Royalton Community Radio, WF.
VR.
God!
Come on!
I was on a roll for a second there. I was looking for the paper. WFVR 96.5 or 95.6. 96.5.
I was going to say I could get used to this. You sounding so professional as a DJ, I could really get used to it.
All right, I give up. Done with professionalness. That's Kristina. I'm Emily. Thank you, sponsors, underwriters. I don't know where the paper went, so I can actually thank you. Probably Courtney had it because she's actually organized, but I don't know where it is. And just know that we love and appreciate you, because without you, who would put Kristina and I on the air? Really now?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Hey, let's just clear up some confusion, okay?
What confusion?
Isn't an all-you-can-eat breakfast like basically eating at home? Right, because when you're at home,
but at home you run out of food, and they're not allowed to run out of food on all-you-can-eat breakfast. If you're like, I want more eggs, and there aren't any, they have to go and make you some more, I think.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Are you talking about the all-you-can-eat breakfast
in Tunbridge?
In Tunbridge?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love it. But I get really sad because, the one reason I go there is because I love breakfast sandwiches a lot. The kind that you make with like an English muffin and some egg and some cheese. Mm-hmm. And occasionally I will even eat, even though I don't really eat meat, occasionally I will put a very thin little bit of ham in there because I don't know why. It just reminds me of childhood, and I can get over it if I'm eating it in a breakfast sandwich. So I love these breakfast sandwiches. They're kind of a bother to make at home, so I never make them. Like occasionally, if it's a weekend and John is feeling really sorry for me about something, he will make me a breakfast sandwich.
What's so difficult?
I don't know. They're just so good.
Like
it's
English
it's like
muffins.
A fried egg, and then it has cheese melted on top of it.
Is it the cheese melting part that takes so much time?
And then they're toasted, English muffins that must have been like maybe a little bit buttered. I don't know. Yeah. And then the thin thing of ham.
I understand.
That's all crispy. It just... And all together, all those flavors together, when you bite into it, is just like a salty, comforting, warm, breakfasty goodness. Oh. And so whatever the all-you-can-eat breakfast is like $10 or something. Okay, obviously a breakfast sandwich is not worth $10, but to me it is because I didn't have to make it.
Right.
But see, these breakfast sandwiches are very popular. They only seem to make about a dozen of them. and they run out quickly. So I like go and I hoard the breakfast sandwiches.
But you said, how can they run out? You said they have to keep
no. They do have to
feeding.
keep making things, but the breakfast sandwiches are kind of like made up of different ingredients. So they don't make that many of them. They make a lot of like sausage, and they make a lot of eggs and home fries and hash.
So there's
like corned beef hash,
lots of food
and bacon and things like that. But for some reason, I just want the breakfast sandwiches.
And there's nothing
they make pancakes.
Nothing I could eat.
There's fruit and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't like scrambled eggs? You don't like pancakes? They have nice pancakes. Sometimes they have regular pancakes, and sometimes they have blueberry pancakes, sometimes chocolate chip pancakes.
You know, if you don't eat eggs, it's really hard to go to.
Well, I think you should eat eggs, because eggs...
I'll think about it for a while.
Especially non-fertilized eggs, like there's nothing happening with those.
Yeah,
they're just a waste.
I've been thinking about it
of
since
space on this earth unless you eat them.
Like since I was 23, I've been thinking about it.
About eggs?
Eggs.
Yeah, I know a lot of vegetarians that don't eat eggs, but I've never, I guess, is it just... But they do eat milk, and so I don't understand the difference between... I mean, I understand it's an animal product.
Well, sometimes science just can't answer these questions.
There is something a little more weird about eggs, I guess.
Like there's lots of things that science can't answer. For example, it's like 20 degrees outside and it's raining, right? Ooh, what's that noise? Did you hear that? Or was that on my channel?
I didn't hear it.
It was like a secret code, Morse code that was coming in from there. Do you hear it? No. Huh. It must be my device. Let me see.
Well, I was yawning right when you said that, so I might have, like, my ears were stopped.
Might be channel 4 on the headphone amplifier. But anyway, sorry. I interrupted you.
I don't remember what we're talking
Let's see
raining,
what we were talking about.
20 degrees and rain.
Yeah, it's just wrong.
It's
just wrong.
It is wrong,
I
but
know
that's
there's explanations for it scientifically.
Change, weird stuff.
Inversions and this and that. But it just shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be 20 degrees and raining.
People get in all these fights online like, this isn't global warming, or this isn't climate change. This is normal. Like, sure, whatever. Yes, temperature fluctuations, totally normal.
Yeah.
But swinging so fast and so hard, it's like we're on a big boat that is supposed to rock a little on the water, but instead it's going like whoosh to this direction and whoosh to this direction, and pretty soon it's going to tip over. That's just the way that I'm looking at it. Okay, you can't have it be. It was 0 at my house yesterday. It was really cold, and now it's going to be 50. That just seems well that's. You can't. That is, the pendulum is swinging too hard. The pendulum can swing, and it can swing a long way, but not so hard
anecdotal.
and fast.
This is anecdotal evidence.
I know,
really.
I know it is.
So I think there's a lot of confusion in climate science these days.
Now you've dropped your notes. What's going to happen to us? Okay.
Ugh, I'm so disorganized now. Look what's happening.
You're disorganized. I didn't even make notes. The last 2 weeks, I haven't even made a list. I just come in here and I say, well, I hope Kristina has her beep together, because I don't at all.
Well, I like to think about stuff.
I do too. It doesn't mean I have my stuff together, because I just don't.
I'll say I don't have kids. So I get up and I can sit and think about stuff before the show. You can't think about stuff.
You know what I'm finding super aggravating lately? Like, the tangible difference between me doing the farm chores and John doing the farm chores is, this is weird, but I come in and I stink. I smell like cow. I smell like I have been, like, laying with this cow in a, like, little love puddle somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what I smell like, but it's disgusting. I smell like the farmeriest farmer. You know, when you go in the gas station, you're behind, like, the farmiest farmer you've ever seen. That's what I smell like.
Okay.
John does the exact same chores, and he comes in, and I don't smell anything on him.
Well, why?
And at first I was like, what is it? Do I scratch the cow maybe more than John does? Is the cow, like, odor getting on me because I touched the cow?
Huh.
And then I realized, like, no, John touches the cow. John freaking loves that cow.
Yeah.
It's just, I think I'm more prone to, like, gathering odors.
Maybe you're just more sensitive to how you smell.
I don't know. But
like, you don't want to smell like a cow.
I thought about it a while ago. Like, if I go into my parents' house and my dad has burnt popcorn, which he does, like, every single day. He loves burnt popcorn and he makes it. And there's a smell that's in the air when you've burnt popcorn. I will leave there and my hair... I can only be there for a second, and my hair and my skin and my clothes will just reek of burnt popcorn for a long time. And I don't notice it on anybody else. And then, like, the same thing.
You're stickier.
Fish. If I go into the Weather Vane, for instance, because my grandmother really loves that restaurant, and I don't eat the fish there, but, you know, if I don't wash my hair immediately after going in the Weather Vane, all I can smell, I can't even sleep because I can just smell fish.
Could I just say something about popcorn?
Sure.
Just be careful with popcorn.
Why? Because
especially organic popcorn.
Did you write something about popcorn on your list?
I did because...
why are we both talking about popcorn?
Well, because it really feels good. It feels good, actually, to get both your car and your tooth fixed in the same week.
What? Is that what happened to you?
Yeah.
Your tooth is fixed?
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't even remember where it was. I can't see anything. It looks the same.
No, it's at the back. Oh. You couldn't see it.
All right.
But, yeah, it was a popcorn thing. It was a popcorn emergency.
John lost a filling recently, but... he just kind of ignored
the car repair costs more than the tooth repair.
What? And I think it is larger.
Well, they had to, shoot me up and stuff. It wasn't
They shot you up?
They shot me up with Novocaine.
Oh. Darn it. I thought they shot you up with, like, the other stuff, and I wanted to come and film you and see what you said.
No, I go to the baby dentist who's, like, so gentle.
I want to go to him.
He's so nice.
Okay, I have to go to him. Will he shame me because I haven't gone to the dentist in 11 years?
He doesn't at all.
12 years, actually.
No, and I said, so when they were all done, and I was kind of just trying to get up out of the chair, but I've been so, your body goes through this trauma, regardless of whether
you're in shock. Even if you didn't feel
you're in shock and you can't really move, but you have to get out of the chair.
Okay, I guess I don't want to go there. Maybe.
Well, I just said I felt so happy. I felt so blissful because they were such good people and they had helped me. And so I said, that was epic, is what I said to them. I said, that was epic. Thank you.
Right, but they charged you more than your car.
No, they charged me less than my car. I'm saying, I think he gave me a deal. Because he knows
Maybe he thought you had really attractive
poor.
Teeth. Does he give you a deal but he knows you're poor? Then I am so going to him.
Yeah, I shouldn't advertise that, but I just think...
Well, you don't have to say who it is on the air.
I want it to...
But you have to tell me secretly because I really do probably have to go to a dentist.
Yeah, you might have to go to him for like 30 years before you get the deals. Let's see, when did I start? I started going to him in the 90s.
I would hope he would just feel terrible for me because I haven't gone to the dentist in a dozen years.
He'd feel nice to you. I mean, he'd be nice.
Okay.
He'd smile.
I'm really afraid. I'm extra afraid. I don't know why. Like, I have a really high pain threshold and I've been through childbirth, which was not fun, and lots of other things, but for some reason, the vulnerable feeling of having somebody like hurt you in your mouth.
Yeah. You know what you have to do? You have to use it as an exercise to like meditate very deeply.
It just feels it's so close to your brain. There's something like this is.
Think of it as it's yoga. It's a kind of yoga to sit in the chair and focus on your mantra. And look at the ceiling and not look in his eyes because his eyes are so close. You know how you look up and there's the lamp there and there's the dentist's eyes. And so you're thinking, where do I look? And you get there, you cut the difference and you go right between the lamp and his eyes. And you're doing your mantra and you're like lifting off into this blissful place while they drill and drill and drill.
This doesn't sound like dentist, but...
Well, it's where I've come to, having had so much dental work. It's where I've had to come because you can't not go.
I have really
you have
lucked
to go.
out.
You have to go.
I have never had teeth issues. I've never had a cavity. I've never had any problems with my teeth, and that, thankfully, since I'm so poor, is like amazing, just genetic boost.
That's a booster.
If I got nothing else, I at least got a genetic boost of good teeth.
They're
not pretty.
Happy for
like
you.
My teeth aren't pretty.
Your teeth are great.
Look how much longer my two front teeth come than the rest.
But that's cute. That's different.
It's not. It looks like I'm having perfect little tiny beaver.
Having perfect teeth is boring.
I would totally pick boring over having this little beaver teeth. I
always wished I had a big hole between the two.
My dad has the gap, and I didn't get the gap.
I like the gap.
There's a documentary called Gap Tooth Women.
Really?
Yeah, they're supposed to be smarter.
No. Why didn't I get it?
I don't know, Kristina. I should have gotten it.
I should have gotten it.
My dad has it.
I'm kind of smart.
My cousins all have it. I didn't get it.
I mean, I'm smart enough.
My teeth are tight. My teeth are straight. I just don't like the shape of them. That's the thing.
Okay.
Because I don't like that my two front teeth are lower than the rest. They should make a very clean arc.
Are Archipelago.
Yeah.
Can you spell that?
No.
I didn't come with a spelling word, but I thought, well, that might. I was gonna recycle. Didn't we do kaleidoscope once? The word for spelling.
Probably. I seem to remember
I saw it again this week, and I thought, oh, that's a great word. But I thought, no, we've already done kaleidoscope.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, because I told you I sang The Girl with Kaleidoscope Eyes to you, but I said that my brother-in-law used to say that it was colitis. The girl with colitis goes by, not the girl with kaleidoscope eyes. I remember that distinctly. Sorry. Anyway, the point at the whole beginning of this conversation was stinky smells stick to me because I think I figured it out. What? I have super oily skin, and oil holds smells. I was starting to look it up because I was like,
okay.
Am I crazy? Because why can I smell anything? Like if I walk past a cigarette smoker, I will smell them on my skin all night long. Like if I didn't shower. Wow. Here comes a train. Oh, but it's what it is.
Fantastic.
It's people who have oily skin. I'm going to open this window with that little... Oh, shoot. That little piece. It's safe. It's okay. I didn't wreck that thing, I think.
Okay. Here it comes. Here it comes. South Royalton Station. It's not stopping. So
Kristina never stops.
Yeah. Well, what if somebody wanted to get on it? I don't want to.
That's like illegal.
I don't want
used to be able to.
I don't want to mislead people in South Royalton. If they want to take the train, they're going to have to go really fast up to the next stop.
They're going to have to gallop.
Which is the next stop?
On their horse.
White River.
Or with their little bandit mask, and they're going to have to jump on and run along the roof.
Where do they stop?
White River, I assume. They stop in Randolph, too, but that's the other direction. Right. Because you can get on and off in Randolph if you're very quick.
They came from Randolph, right?
Once upon a time,
came from Randolph.
Before they really stopped in Randolph, which I think they've only been doing kind of recently, but before they really stopped in Randolph, they always have to slow down wicked through these towns. So they would call ahead to the Chinese food store in Randolph. Chinese food restaurant, I mean. And then I was there eating when this happened one time. And the conductor would, of course, slow the train down as he went through town. And then all of a sudden, you'd hear somebody saying something in Chinese loudly in panicky voice. And they'd grab some paper bags off the counter and bolt out the door.
No.
And then run alongside the train as it was going very, very slow. And somebody would lean out and snatch up these bags.
Why does all this
And I was like, are you kidding me?
All this fun stuff happens to you.
And I was so in awe. I was like, oh, my God.
You have such an amazing life that you actually experience that.
But then they told us that they do that occasionally. They order ahead.
Do you live in a different universe?
That they can get Chinese. I just don't know how safe it is to ask the people who own the Chinese restaurant to run alongside a moving train and hand you up bags of takeout. And that's my other question. How'd they pay for it? They must have paid by credit card or something ahead of time, right? Because you can't just you can't do an entire transaction off of a moving train.
I'm aghast.
I was aghast when it was happening. I thought, this is ridiculous. What is going on here?
God.
But it's a true story, Kristina.
I was going to say, I believe you that I thought. At the same time, I don't believe you.
I promise.
No, I believe you.
I had lots of family members with me while we were watching this.
Yeah,
so they can verify my story.
And you don't ever lie.
I don't. I exaggerate. I do exaggerate when I get excited, but I never lie because I'm a crazy superstitious person, and I actually believe that lightning will strike me if I lie. Because my mother
taught you
is also a crazy person and freaked us out.
Okay. And told you that?
She didn't tell me specifically that lightning would strike me, but basically I think I was so fearful of ever being dishonest that I'm actually probably I am too afraid sometimes to even tell a little white lie. Uh-huh. And so I go way out of my way to avoid hurting people's feelings so that I don't have to do that just because I have a weird superstition that karma will get me.
And you would blush. You would blush.
I totally.
You can't I cannot even red.
Yeah, I turn red.
And that's that skin thing again. Your oily skin and your blushing make you really a standout.
I just become so agitated if I'm even being evasive.
But you're so different here. You're so calm.
Well, it's because it's you. It's not the world in general.
Right. That's why we come here,
That's
to
why we
escape
come
the
here.
world.
Yeah.
And we certainly do escape the world here for an hour, which I appreciate very much on a
Me
weekly
too.
basis, because even one hour of a week adds up.
Yeah. How many
That's it.
hours is this? How many weeks in a year? 52, is that right?
Oh, I was going to say 365, but that was wrong.
That's totally wrong.
You get these numbers like embedded into your brain
I know.
by school programming.
I got really annoyed yesterday because my kid his math homework was like all these problems that converted like gallons into liters and kilograms
I hate
into this
those
and
so much.
whatever. And his math book,
I can't do those.
in this chapter, I was like, I don't know what these convert to. How can I do this math problem about how many of this fits into this unless I know how much they are, what the base
Right.
conversion is.
The components.
And so
the
I
basic
flipped to the front of the
components.
chapter because I assumed there would be like a little
Right.
chart
It's-
about how many liters in a gallon and blah, blah, blah. And I get there and there's a little square of paper missing from
Uh-oh.
the book.
Oh.
And I said, where's the conversion chart? And Ira said, they had me trim it out and then I had to glue it in my math notes. And I said, well, where's your math notes? And he said, I don't know.
Huh.
So I said, it seems like if your homework is always going to be in the math book, why wouldn't they leave the conversion chart in the math book instead of taking it out and putting it on some random piece of paper that my very disorganized child has instantly lost?
Yeah.
And now the one thing that's missing from this math book is the way that we can do this homework. So I had to go and look everything up online and make him like a little fake conversion chart of my own. And it really took far longer than
Yeah.
we had allotted for the homework.
I see. Okay. Can we?
Yeah. Okay. Go back to whatever we were talking about before.
No, it's time for a song.
Oh, that it is, Kristina.
It is, yes.
shall
we have.
you
I have
play for us?
new music this time.
What?
Well, I just found this guy online who I liked his music.
Wait,
and
I don't think you can do that.
No,
Don't we have to-
I
don't we
asked him. He
Oh,
sent
okay.
me. He actually sent me some CDs.
Okay, fine then.
And
his
otherwise,
otherwise, we're going to have to do all that
no,
work.
I think
and
I'm just going to
register
ask
everything we
him.
say.
I just get permission from people
Okay.
because I like to know people. I know the
Yeah.
people whose music we play,
Right,
which
that's the point.
which helps us, get by. And this guy's name is Rich DePaulo from Ithaca, New York.
Oh, he's an Ithaca pal.
Exactly. That's because he's friends of friends, and I heard his music. I was like, friended him. So, okay, let's see what he's up to. This is called
Okay.
One Gun Salute.
Just say that we have evidence they've been associated with it.
A strict quarantine on all offensive military
The
equipment
government can see it as
under
is.
shipment to Cuba.
If it's going to be done, we can't allow it. I think that we really ought to be on record and denounce an all extreme I don't know how to get this message over.
One of the findings of the U.S. government.
Another thing with crotch is always
TWA 800 after the explosion of Pan Am 103. Why are we talking about them again now?
It could have been you into the wild yonder blue, when what you might have said if you only knew, have written in a red diary, fall into a jet black sea, sharks in the water, bring me the news, sharks in the water. It could have been me, 38 miles out of Kennedy, dreaming in a field of fleur-de-lis, crossing out words in a letter home, pulled from let me give you mine. I'm betting their skin's not white. And if it was them, any more gonna pay on their end? Now I gotta get the sponsors in. Sharks in the water, bring you the news. Sharks in the water, with video crews. Are we alive? Sharks in the water, vengeance on command. The devil's at the rudder, and we're watching the anchor man.
Nice. Thanks, Rich.
Although we just played 2 songs instead of 1 because accidentally
Right,
one was only
38
seconds long.
seconds was the first one.
Whoops.
Yeah, that happens sometimes when I haven't previewed everything. I just was so excited to get his records, in the mail. And then then it took me a while to get them. I just have one computer that has a CD drive. So it's tricky.
My CD drive has sort of stopped working now, which is really awful
it's
because it's
planned that way.
Like we still use CDs because we don't have. I don't know.
Yeah.
We just use CDs,
Right.
and I used to like to burn CDs and stuff, and now my CD drive isn't working, so I can't do that.
Yeah,
and it also was nice to be able to like watch a movie now and then on the computer.
Right. They don't want you to.
But my CD
want you to
drive
stream.
is like dead now. As soon as I put like a movie in, it makes this like grinding noise for a minute, and then it goes and pops it back out again.
Yeah, I understand. I've been there, done that.
Or you burn a CD supposedly, and then it says the CD is blank. So, or error.
Okay, need a joke?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
This is the bad joke department, of course.
Do you have a good joke
department? No, I don't think 11th Hour Radio does have a good joke department.
You told me a cow joke a few weeks ago that was okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Cows go.
Oh, yeah. No, never mind. I was wrong. It isn't okay. Cows go who?
No, cows go moo.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, I haven't said that.
I misjudged your joke.
No, that's not the one.
No, I
just
know
said
that.
You said I had a cow joke.
Yeah,
that's the only
I
cow
remembered
joke
it
that
different.
I know.
I thought I remembered it as being funny, but
I didn't come up with that joke myself.
No, I didn't say you did. I know you didn't come up with that joke
Bela
yourself.
Fleck told me that joke like
Wow.
30 years ago.
Bela.
So
What the
blame
heck?
him if you think it's a bad joke. For
I
him,
do.
it was funny. He's not a
blame
very
him.
funny. Well, he's funny, sort of, but he's
There's
not,
different ways to be funny,
He
and
can't
jokes
tell jokes.
fall under a very specific branch of funniness, and
Right.
and I don't think they actually count for that much in the whole world. In the realm of funny, jokes aren't like a big deal.
Yeah, but if you can't tell jokes, then you think of stuff that's punny. Right? Because then the words do the funny stuff, and
So
you don't
punny in
have to
itself.
actually do the funny stuff yourself. Speaking of
know.
which, here is the pun.
'Kay.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
So, a pun enters a room and kills 10 people. Pun in 10 dead. See, I screwed it up. Pun in 10 dead.
Dead.
Do you like that?
Wait.
now you.
Yes, I do. I think you have to
Okay.
put a comma after in, though. Pun in, 10 dead.
That's it. Pun in.
Although
10 dead.
people who are slightly not all there won't get it if you pause too much, I guess. So don't pause. Never mind.
Okay.
That was great, Kristina.
Thanks. No, I
You make up for your lack of joke telling by your dry sense of wit on a regular basis. You don't have to tell
Oh,
jokes.
jeez. Yeah. Well.
My favorite are people who get so excited to tell a joke and they're really bad joke tellers. And so they are laughing and cracking themselves up, thinking about the punchline through the entire joke. So
Yeah.
you can never really get the gist of the joke, but it's so funny how funny they think it is
Yeah.
that it's just friggin' hysterical.
Yeah, which is important.
Totally.
It's important for some people to do that for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And apparently laughing for just like 10 minutes a day is supposed to boost your immune system for like 5 hours.
Do you laugh that much?
Sometimes. On the weeks my kids aren't with us, I just don't. Like nothing is as funny. Like the kids just say the most
Right.
ridiculous
Right.
things like every second.
Yeah.
Usually Ira. Eli doesn't have much of a sense of humor, actually. Or he's just too old to say just spazzy things that pop into his head. Like it occurs to him that he should not say spazzy things, but the younger one just says whatever pops into his head right then, and it's often just so ridiculously funny
Yeah.
that we spend a lot of time laughing.
Yeah. I don't laugh enough.
Well,
I'd like to, but I laughed last night a little bit.
what did you laugh at?
A funny person who was talking to me, but that's what it takes. It takes a funny person to get me going. But
know.
I don't have that many funny people in my life. I
hard.
would like a few more. Like I could use like, I don't know, 4 or 5.
Gonna put a
Right.
number. You're
I
gonna
mean,
put a number out
sometimes you make me laugh. So that's why this
Usually,
friendship
but you're
has
laughing
a little-
at me, which is
No, that's not true.
I guess we do laugh with each other quite a bit.
Yeah. It's
sometimes.
very helpful to everything. So that snow squall, right? Where were you during the snow
God.
squall?
Oh,
that,
God.
Wasn't that intense?
It started when I was
gee.
on a chairlift by myself because
Oh, nice.
I didn't realize, like, now I'm chaperoning Eli's high school ski program, and I don't get to, like, be around Eli because that would be not okay. He's a high school kid now. He and his friends are doing their thing. I have to
Right.
be invisible. That's, like, important now. But I don't know any other kids there, and there aren't any other really adults. Like, it's just me
Yeah.
and this other chaperone.
I
But
see.
the other chaperone couldn't show up yesterday, so it was just me. So there was no one for me to hang out with, and I never realized before, because I've never done this, like, in my life. I've never gone to a ski area alone and skied. It's not fun.
Interesting.
There's nothing
Yeah.
fun about it.
Right.
I
right.
ride up the chairlift by myself, just being like, this is stupid. And then I ski down. I still love to ski, but I'm just like, there's no one next to me where I can be like, oh, hey, that looked good. Or
Yeah.
let's go down that trail. There was
Yeah.
nothing. I was like up and down and up and down. And I was like, this is the stupidest thing in the world. Like, why am I here? What's my
Yeah.
purpose in life? I hate this.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm riding up on the lift and the snow squall starts and I can't even see the lift in front of me. And I notice it's Suicide 6, for God's sake. It's the
Yeah.
smallest ski area in the world, so it takes you 8 minutes or something to ride to the top of the very small lift. And I have a half an inch of snow piled up on my lap by the time I get to the top. It was coming down so
God.
hard. So I get off and brush myself off. And then I inch down the hill because you can't see, so you don't know if you're about to go off the trail or hit another human.
Right.
And I get to the bottom and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go inside for a minute and see what all the kids are doing in there because tons of them had bailed and were just sitting in there because it was not safe.
Yeah.
My kid kept going until the bitter end because he's a crazy person, but like lots of kids were in there. So I went in and then there was another mom who'd come to pick up her kid and she was freaking out and she said, the drive over here, over Howe Hill was the worst drive I've ever had in my entire life. I am not getting back in that car.
yeah.
And we had a pretty hairy bus ride on the way over with a driver that really didn't know how to drive. And it wasn't even snowing then.
Yeah.
So I was freaking out because I was thinking of a giant bus going back over Howe Hill with the driver that didn't know how to drive. And I was like, we're all going to die. That's the end of it. And this mom was freaking out and trying to call her husband and saying, please come get us because I'm not going to get in the car again and drive after this.
Jeez.
And I was trying to beg her that if she got her husband to come, that she was going to take me and my kid with her too.
That was...
But her husband wouldn't come to get her, and he just said, go slow. And the bus came, and they sent 2 buses for us, because we had the middle school, too. And I saw the bus we were on before, and I deliberately picked the other one, which was an elderly man who seemed like he was, like, a little more...
cautious.
I was like, I don't know. I'm going to go with the devil I don't know here, because I know that the other one was really bad.
Right.
So we get in the bus with the old man, and he drives nice and slow home, and he got us there safely.
Oh.
But then I had to get in my car at Sharon Academy and drive home. And I don't drive well in the snow. And it was dark and I can't see at night at all.
Do you have studs?
Yes.
Okay.
But we go a little ways and I'm freaking out. And my teenage kid is like, Mom, just let me drive. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like, you've never even driven in snow before.
Yeah.
Why do you think that you should be able to drive? And he was like, because you can't see. And it's true, I can't see. But I would literally rather drive completely blind down the road than have my 14-year-old, 15-year-old son drive for the first time in this. Like,
yeah, I remember that totally.
It was awful. And finally, I was like, this is crazy. I know I can't see at night, but I like really can't see. Like, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
So he like kind of helped me direct me to like a driveway where we could pull off. And all of a sudden it dawned on me. We'd cleaned off the car fully in the parking lot because it was covered. But it dawned on me that the headlights were completely covered in snow. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're driving in the dark.
Here's a
so
question.
We cleaned it.
Does the headlight, does the heat from the headlamp melt the...
I don't think the heat...
Because I was trying to...
it makes heat.
Because my headlamps have ice on them a lot. And so I was wondering about that.
I think it makes heat.
I concluded they must create heat.
But maybe the like cold air touching them from the other side is enough to not...
But
I don't know what it was,
you,
but we did get home safely and the squall was ended and blah, blah, blah. But...
Yeah, no, I was getting my car fixed.
Scary. Bad.
I was getting the brake job, and so I'm sitting in the waiting room waiting for the car to get done. And the snow starts coming down. I'm looking out the window at all these cars,
Worst.
I know. And then so another hour goes by, and then it turns out the parts guy who was trying to get to the mechanics with my parts, with my brake pads,
is like off the road.
It's
or
like
stuck
couldn't
or just...
get. There were 2 accidents, and he couldn't get up to the mechanics, and so it like took 3 hours.
Yeah, we passed lots of accidents too, and there was even people off of the school driveway, and I'm going by them going like, oh my God, there are people off, like I'm going to go off. And I hate driving with my teenage kid because he's the age where he has an ego about driving, so he's constantly telling me what to do. And I'm like, hello, I've been driving for over 30 years, okay? You cannot tell me what to do. I mean, I'm not the greatest winter driver, but not because I'm not a good driver. It's just because I don't like it and it makes me nervous.
Well,
I've not gotten in an accident.
The worst thing the worst thing about sitting like waiting for your car to get done is that I had some work. I got some work done, and then it was just there's a television hanging up on the wall, and this big piece of pizza comes by on the TV. This big piece of pizza. And then I realize I haven't had lunch. I didn't have breakfast. It's getting late. It's getting dark. And this big piece of pizza. So I'm starting to hallucinate. You know what I'm saying? And
the pizza wasn't really there?
Well, no, I think it was there. But I was making a lot more of the piece of pizza than I should have been, like if I was in a normal state of mind. And so I just stared at the wall for like a half an hour. I said, I got to just get through this until we finish my car. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. They're working as hard as they can.
I was hallucinating the other day too.
Yeah.
I had such a terrible headache one night that I couldn't sleep all night long. And then, we had to get up really early and start a long day. And then I think the next morning, I didn't have any place to be like right away in that morning. I had work to do, but I was just like, you know what? I have not gotten enough sleep. If I don't sleep, I'm going to lose it. Yeah. So I got John and the kids off and did the chores. And then I crawled back in bed because I was like, I never take naps, but I'm just going to do this. But my body is so conditioned to not take naps in the day that I couldn't really fall asleep, even though I was like dead tired.
Right.
And I'm laying there.
I understand that.
And I'm so tired that I'm hallucinating. Or here's the deal. Maybe I really was asleep. I'm not sure.
Was it pizza?
No. I heard our sliding door open downstairs. And half of me in the back, I was just too tired to even move, even though I thought I wasn't asleep. And I was like, that must be like my sister, or maybe John came home early, or maybe it's the logger guy who's like working in our woods right now, or my neighbor. And then I heard footsteps come up the stairs. And then I heard the door to my bedroom open. And I literally didn't even move. I just laid there.
Because you can't stop whatever's going to happen. It's
and then
already there.
While I just waited and nothing happened, and then I guess I like fell asleep or something. And then I woke up and there was nothing around. And I'm like, okay, I think I was dreaming. I think I was asleep. Or did somebody like come into my house?
Interesting.
Like people come in and out of my house all the time.
Sure.
Like,
but not up to your bedroom.
Right. So... And I was telling John, I was like, I was so tired. I was like hallucinating. People were coming upstairs. Like people were coming into our room.
Oh, God.
And John, of course, is so helpful about everything. He's like, oh, yeah, well, the house is haunted. So it's probably that. And I'm like, shut your face. Like, thanks. I love being here. all the time in the winter alone in this freaking oldest house in town. And you're going to like literally tell me that like ghosts are coming up the stairs into my room when I'm in bed. Thanks. That's
nice. Thanks, John.
So nice of you.
That's great.
It doesn't bother him at all, but it bothers me.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway.
Well, that's quite a story.
I know.
It's time for
like the Nestle Quick Rabbit that I could see when I was pressing Meg.
Exactly. Your hallucinations are a lot more interesting than
This
mine.
is why I never had to do drugs, ever.
Yeah.
Didn't need them.
I guess it's a plus. So we have to go to another song because we're kind of...
You don't have another song, dude.
I know I do. I don't have another song.
Do you want to
I have another song.
Do you want to just go search for one quickly?
No, this is fine. We didn't play this one.
Oh.
The 4th of July, it's called.
Okay.
Which, I don't know.
Wait, is this the end of the show song or
No,
the middle? Oh,
the middle.
God, I can't keep track of time today.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, play it. Play it.
All right, here we go. This is Rich again.
Footsteps of summer, stealing like a runaway, leaving home, saying all the prayer for her, let her go for the first time. Now July comes in bleeding, swollen like a vampire, crawling home. Shed a little light on her, let her know for the first time. The first time. Freedom, fly. Freedom, rocket high, rainbow light, shine down on us all. I see is somewhere the stars fell from. Oh, I hear whispers of wanderers. That you never may know when the end is in sight on this 4th of July. Light the fuse and get away. Scare the colors into one more day, chasing butterflies through minefields for the last time. The last time. Freedom, fly. Freedom, rocket high. Rainbow light, shine down on us all. I see somewhere the stars fell from. One and all I hear calls out the general song. Liberty's on the way. Strange that you never will say if the price is too high on this 4th of July. Freedom, fly. Freedom, rocket high. Hey.
Trick ending. Rich DiPaolo. Trick ending. But that's not the name of that song. Was 4th of July. But I haven't heard it yet. I haven't gotten through his whole album, so I just picked like the top 3 tracks. Cool. Hoping for the best and hoping there's no expletives in there, so please let me know if there were. But Oscar Meyer, we haven't talked about Oscar Meyer for a while, but they're looking for...
My baloney has a first name. It's Oscar.
Well, they're looking for someone to drive that Wienermobile. Again.
I think the Wienermobile has like shag carpeting in it.
Well, it must not be such a good job if they're looking for somebody. Again, weren't we just talking about it?
You get taunted. You can't drive a giant wiener across the country without being taunted.
They're looking for a hot dogger.
What does that thing do? Does it just drive, or does it like sell something, or do you like reps for the company ride in it? What is it for? Is it just an advertising purpose kind of vehicle? Or?
I just read headlines. I don't actually read articles.
You can't do that. I got so mad this week about people's ridiculous knee-jerk reactions to headlines. I noticed that Vermont Digger likes to put headlines on things.
Sensationalized
that are really
headlines.
Sensational.
Yeah.
And they really get a certain sect of people all fired up.
Yeah.
And the kind of people that get fired up about these headlines are not the kind of people that actually read the article.
Yes.
So they'll see the headline. Oh my God. Yeah. And the headline, fully misleading. Don't even know why.
I know. People argue more about headlines than the real content of articles. In fact, here's a case in point. I saw this headline this week. I'm going to read it to you. It says, thieves try to siphon gas from bus only to suck out sewage by accident instead. So that's the headline. Mm-hmm. I clicked on it. Mm-hmm. And it went to 20 easy do-it-yourself macramé plant hanger designs. What do you think about that? That's really wrong. It's to pull somebody into a genuinely interesting article.
Usually they do that. I'm interested that there was macramé on the other end, because usually they do that to suck you into some advertising thing.
Well, maybe just, you're supposed to buy some macramé materials for craft projects.
The one that I thought was really interesting, and I saw it shared so many times, and I was kind of almost counting how many times I saw it shared on the internet this past week without the people actually having read the article. Yeah. Because of the comment section underneath it. I was like, didn't read it, check, didn't read it. It was the one where the Vermont state rep, I think his name was John Rogers. Yeah. Can't remember. Eli and John have them all memorized, but I don't remember. Anyway.
Not Tim Ash.
No. So this rep introduced a bill that said, he was going to introduce a bill that said they should ban cell phone use for everyone under the age of 21.
Oh, right. So, I saw that.
So everybody was sharing in this saying, God damn, stupid, blah, blah, blah. This is a Democrat, blah. Okay. Everyone blamed it as a stupid Democrat. Mm-hmm. Okay. The rep is not even a Democrat, actually. He's I don't remember what he is, but he's not a Democrat. He's one of those middle things that have different names.
Middle things, I like that.
Isn't it great that I'm a politician's wife?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, the whole point of him saying that and making this bill, and see, all the people that were angry with him are like the really, really heavy-duty gun nuts were angry about this. That's just the kind of sect of people I could see sharing it over and over again and being angry about their rights being taken away, of course. So this guy, full gun rights believer.
Yeah.
He was doing this as a point to say, like, well, if you're going to take away our guns, you should take away our cell phones too, because scientifically, blah, 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 here's how many suicides that are caused by bullying online and da, da, da. And he just had all this. It was literally, and he said, this is a bill I absolutely know is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. I'm just trying to make a point to the people who are trying to take away our guns.
Right.
But I'm just saying, all the people that read this headline and posted it, were wanting the exact same thing that the guy who posted it wanted.
Well,
but they didn't read the article.
Right, that happens all the time. Because people they want to talk about their opinions.
I know. But they should have I'm just saying, okay, just everybody read the article. Just read it. The headlines have nothing to do usually
Yeah.
with the article.
People are just too upset.
It's just to get
People
you to
are
go
upset with government. I don't blame. I don't
there. And
blame
government
them.
is stinky. I hate it.
I don't blame somebody
I don't
for
love it.
I actually had a similar reaction when I saw that headline.
Everybody did.
Honestly, I
Because
did. I
hey,
thought it's
I don't like cell phones. I don't like my
there's
kids
too much
having devices.
regulation. There is too much
But-
regulation. I used to be like, oh, regulations are good. They're protections. But
Right.
you know
there are
what?
too many regulations.
They aren't anymore. It's
But yeah,
it's
I
control.
initially was like, you can't do that because there's no like payphones anywhere anymore. Like people have emergencies. They have to be able to get some help. Cell phones are,
What was the point?
necessary for safety.
What was the point of the bill?
The point of the bill was basically, it was just like a joke to say like,
It was a joke.
it was this guy making a point. It was him saying, if you think you're going to regulate our guns, why don't you regulate something that's actually more dangerous than our guns?
Oh,
That's what the guy's point was to
No.
introduce this bill.
Oh.
And he is a smart guy. He knew the bill was a joke and not going anywhere.
Oh.
And that happens a lot. It's just people
Interesting.
making a statement.
Yeah.
But nobody understands that because even though he says it clear and straight in his article, nobody read the article. So it didn't work like to the general public.
I see.
So now
Yeah, people got upset about it.
yeah. I think it kind of backfired because he wanted people to get upset about it and read it. But instead, they got upset about it without reading it.
Right, they got upset with the headline, which
Yeah.
was not the point he was trying. I mean, he was trying to make the point.
There was another one
He
that-
was trying to bring people together. That's
has
what you're
been-
saying. He was trying to
yeah.
bring people together
One
around
that's
good.
also gotten shared a ton lately is David Zuckerman posted this article about how all the politicians are corrupt because they use they get extra
Lunch
money for
money.
mileage and lunch money and
Yeah.
stuff. And that headline was like David Zuckerman admits to
Oh, that was stupid.
I can't
that
remember.
was 7 days.
Yeah, it was 7 days.
I thought that was kind of sensationalized.
So I was
also.
like, okay, so that got
Like,
shared everywhere.
yeah.
And we got some really mean stuff about it too. And first
Yeah.
of all, the article is 10 years old and a lot of those policies have been changed. Like the ones that he was talking about. So everyone's writing about it and sharing about it as if it's right now, which it isn't. It's 10 years ago. Secondly, the article was David Zuckerberg admits to, I can't even remember the headline.
Yes,
and then
like
like the
saving his
little
lunch money.
the little under one said, and is it justifiable or
'Cause
whatever?
he didn't use his lunch money.
And the
He
article
just took it
was-
anyway.
Right.
Big deal.
But the
I don't
article
care.
was
I don't care.
showing you how little that they make. Like they make
Yeah.
not enough to live on. Like if John and
Well-
I tried to live on his salary,
Well,
we couldn't live.
here's the
Like we
thing.
would qualify for everything. We would
Is
qualify
people-
for food stamps. We would qualify for everything because it's not enough money to live.
people should be they should be more concerned about their federal tax dollars than their state tax
Yeah.
dollars. It's really the feds that are bleeding us. It's
But
not. It's
yeah,
not the state of
again,
Vermont.
The headline was completely misleading. It basically was like, everyone's using extra money and like it's like embezzling or whatever. And then the article was about like because they have to because they can't live. You cannot make a living on the money that they're being paid. But nobody read the article, so they just said like, all the lawmakers admit to taking money that they weren't supposed to take, and it was like they just ate crackers and saved that money because they couldn't even afford to like.
Right, but it's just indicative of how hard
I know.
it is for everybody. It's, anytime people just get jealous if they think somebody else has more money. It's just how it
It's
is.
not money. Everyone gets jealous when they see that someone else is happy. That's
Or
the other
they-
problem.
Or that they are getting something that they think they don't deserve.
And they think that if you're happy, you must be rich. And that's not true. Like, the secret to happiness is not being rich. It's nice to not worry. But the secret to happiness is liking people more than you like things. That's the secret. And you don't have to be rich to do that. In fact, usually you're not.
Okay. I'm gonna find another song because
Yeah, you better. 'cause-
yeah, I'm gonna go
'cause-
look here to add music, and we'll go back to Rich. Let's see if we can find Rich. Give him another. There he is.
Somebody's actually plugged into that electric car thing down there.
Yeah.
I didn't know how those work, but it's like plugged right into the gas.
How do you pay?
tank. I don't know. Maybe you
Do you
don't.
pay with a credit card? You have to pay. You have to pay for
Right, but if you just walk
electricity.
away and leave it like that, then if you paid for it, somebody else could come along and stick it in their car, couldn't they?
Well, if you're good enough to have like a green vehicle, then you're supposed to be like moral.
And a more evolved
You're not
person?
supposed to do.
I just don't get. I don't get
things
how you
like that.
how you regulate it since you have to leave it plugged in like that. Like somebody, if you had to pay, somebody else could just come and unplug it if they wanted.
Yeah.
Because nobody's watching it. It's like leaving your windows down.
Right.
In a city with your purse on the seat.
Right. We have to say
Okay.
sign off. I'm sorry.
I'm too.
There's too much to say today. I feel like we just got started with a
It's
conversation
okay.
that we can't really
Just because I'm all angsty and riled up.
get into. Okay, well, we'll go out on Rich's song called More of the Same, which seems appropriate, doesn't it?
Perfect. Good choice, Kristina.
Okay.
We'll see you guys next week, and we hope you have a wonderful week, and we hope that there's no flooding or locusts falling from the sky or whatever else may come.
Oh, okay. Take care.
See ya.
Big world, big star. How much, how far will you go to get it all? How high you build your castle wall? Your church up on the hill. Never prayed there, never will. You drink his blood by the blessed light. I don't know how you sleep at night. The king, he likes his money like he likes his fame. He prays to heaven only for more of the same. More of the same. To dust, a coat of armor till it turned to rust. I made a child within a child, born hungry and growing wild. Wake up, tick tock. Kiss a cheek, punch the clock, come home, disappear.